Good, good. Alright, let me just hit that music. You live on your end, buddy?
Yep.
Excellent. So, welcome back, everyone. Year 2025. Holy cow. And session 131 of Into the Wildlands. The end of the last year, which there was some audio issues on my end, but thankfully I was able to put as much as I could. The party defeated the avatar of Haster, the King in Gold. And with it, took a hefty amount of prizes, saved their friend Vestio from the horrible tortures and slightly tortured him by getting his skin back. And, well, now the party is taking their rest. They're collecting their collective lumps and needing to regain strength. Arizel, your dagger has changed significantly after you landed the killing blow on Haster. As you take a good look at it, and it looks a lot more different. Let me just get it out for people to see.
It's very pretty.
Originally, it was crafted, and now having to taste the blood of something that was divine has become something different. And
Oh, it's so pretty.
that being said, Deneb suggests to all of you to get some rest, as time apparently has now become stagnated, at least outside of her little room, or at least her little domain. Mavis, you were given message by everybody else from the Stormstinger crew that they are oddly attached to this dimension through a weird portal, the very same portal you guys came through by Deneb's help, but also giving you the A-OK that they're fine. And let me move everyone to the... Oh, I almost went flying off the wrong spot. As well, there's a lot of commotions, a lot of cheers, especially because, well, you guys managed to kill an elder god in a sense.
Thank you. Thank you. I know I'm amazing.
With it, let me just get Vestio's token because you did save him. Knockley's actually been...
he's out of the soup already?
Yep. But...
Vestio, post soup.
So I'm just trying to grab them. Those are survivors. Where are the survivors? Here you are. He is currently being tended to by both his, I guess you could say, his wife and his best friend. He is mostly unresponsive right now, staring kind of off into the space, but it's clear there is some reactions here and there, slight twitch. You also see Knockley, again, arms wrapped around him, making sure that he's alright. Darwin preparing some drinks, but not quite sure he should give it to Vestio just yet. It's very clear he wants to. Knockley gives you a quick glance, a nod of appreciation. There's a surprising softness from her of, at least from the hardened veteran warrior that you were at least used to seeing, as she just mouths the words, "Thank you," while still mostly keeping an eye on Vestio.
Tyrion will just nod as he walks by.
Further up, you do see, well, oh, you already headed out that way.
Right? Well, I mean, oh, you meant like up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's alright. It's alright. But yeah, you do see Samantha is talking with Richard's wife while most of the children are pretty much playing around with each other. Slightly, if not maybe perhaps blissfully unaware of the horrors outside of what happened to their universe. Samantha gives you a wave. Same for Mrs. Creed. As, again, they give you a proper acknowledgement. You can also sense their gratitude. Children look over to you. They clearly want to basically surround you and play with you, but they are not sure about your temperament of accepting it.
He does the, like, when you want to play with a dog, he, like, crouches down real fast and his wings go out wide.
Almost immediately. But again, they still give you a respectful approach, but it is clear that they find you the most fascinating thing right now.
Oh, yeah, and Tyrion's, like playing with, he's definitely playing with them. Like, just, tag or whatever they're doing, or
Mostly
catch the dragon by the tail.
Yeah, it's mostly a mix of tag, but also you can roll me an insight.
Seven.
You get the idea, and it wasn't a high difficulty either. You get the idea that they are reenacting some of you and your the Fading Heart's exploits, at least from what's being told. As you as you recognize some of the actions that were done, especially when one of the smaller children basically call what looks to be like a weird posted pumpkin head with a bucket on its head, calling it Buckethead. Something you called one of the knights back then.
His attention immediately gets turned to what Samantha's face looks like when that is said.
Oh, there is a smile of pride on her.
And if Tyrion feels like he usually ends up just playing the monster in all these.
In some cases, you're treated as the leader, or at least the war band leader. They change the roles all around constantly, as children are. They all want to have their shot of being leader or hero and everything else possible. Anyone else doing anything in the inn?
Short of drinking and I don't know what else.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I'm moved. Sorry, I moved out of right there.
Yes.
Excellent.
Only being
Alright.
with my crew in Amarna. That's about all I got.
Alright, let me just roll. Actually, everyone but Tyrion roll me a D100.
I got a 6.
I got a 68, which is like the third time I've rolled it this time.
You're like, yeah, it's your third time being that close to the funny number.
Pretty much.
Alright, D4. Okay, so. Alright, so night begins to, or at least something equivalent to night or time to rest begins to settle in. Starting off with Mavis, you get a sending message from someone you did not expect to hear for a good while. And that is from Akra.
My mom, I knew it.
Yep. It goes along the lines of, "Sweetie, where are you? I'm sort of lost here."
Oh, what's the inn called again?
Lots of lemons, I'm guessing you're going for, or what?
Technically, we're in the void.
Yeah.
In the universe.
Oh.
There's no
Oh, the
shorthand,
inn
it's
that you guys
literally-
are in,
Yeah.
it's basically just Deneb's shop.
I'll respond with, that's a good question. LOL.
There's a bit of a long
Now it just
pause.
feels like an insult more than anything.
There's a bit of a pause, and you get another message. This time it sounds not irritated, but just confused. And probably there's also the tinge of concern of, have you been eating right? You sound a bit garbled over there.
As I'm dying, IRL. We are safe, everything's fine. Would there even I'm trying to remember where she was going in the first place.
She was just going to attack people from the Red Fox. she didn't have no direction.
No, she's just going on an adventure. Is she trying to come back, or is she trying to come find me? What's her goal?
You get the feeling she's just looking for you, like any concerned parent would be.
Oh. It's hard to explain, but we're fine. Keep going on your endeavor, and we'll be okay.
Make a left at the giant gaping hole in the universe, and then keep going a little bit more. Probably she hadn't noticed the giant fucking gaping hole in the universe.
No, she's in it actually.
She's. You know, that's your problem. You took a right at the void, not a left.
No, she went straight dive bombed into it. But then you actually get the feeling of slight confusion, but it's more of a annoyance of where she's at. Right, I took this weird turn and then ran into a giant titan of a person. Was confused as to why I was holding his sword, and then a lot of stars blacked out. All the color went gone. I'm kind of floating in a black emptiness, so I'm trying to see if I get a good reading as to where you're at. But it sounds like you're like right next to me.
Oh, I assumed you were safe.
You're just surfing in the void at this point.
It's like, oh, I'm good. Where are you? Oh, nothing. Just
Floating
in a
in-
void.
Floating in
chilling.
space.
Just straight vibing.
Floating in space is what your mom is doing right
Yeah,
now.
she's just casually floating in space. Like, I took a left turn, honey, and there's a red light here, and I don't know why. Traffic doesn't move.
Won't turn green. How do I help her? What do I do with that? What do I do with that information?
I would send like a beacon, kind of like you did with the ship.
I leave that up to you.
I could do what?
I said we could always try to send like a beacon or something too, or to connect to, like we did with the ship. You might have to talk to
yeah.
about that, though.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Stay where you are. I'm calling AAA.
I guess I got no other choice. I don't see anything here. Even that big, giant titan thing disappeared. But it feels so weird just sitting here in the middle of nowhere. I'm just floating. I think I'm floating.
Oh, wonderful. I'll go look for Deneb.
You can just poke one of those pumpkin heads that are just standing there.
Okay, poke.
Alright.
Ring, ring.
One of the pumpkin heads that you're poking, the eyes turn purple. This is Deneb speaking. How may I help you?
I need help to get my mom here. She's lost.
you get with your passive perception, you could see for a very brief moment the complete eye roll.
I know.
What is it with some of you adventurer types just going? What's that saying? Balls deep into the oblivion.
That sounds correct. I don't know.
Please give me a full description
That's
of
fun
her
in a
again.
family.
I guess. I mean, I only saw her once, maybe twice. But she wasn't exactly the best of conversationalists. Can you provide me any more information as to where she's at? I'll see if I can pull her out from the void.
He says she's just floating. And there was... Did she say a titan?
Oh, there was a Titan. Now it's gone.
Yeah, there was a titan. Now it's gone. And she feels like she's floating in nothingness. Great gal.
Fun at parties. Likes long walks on
She's
the
actually really bad at parties.
Would recommend 10 out of 10.
I'm just gonna roll. I'm just gonna
Likes
roll.
long romantic murders for dinner.
Just gonna roll this. She's wise enough to figure it out. I can try something. I don't know if it's going to work well. And I hope she appreciates the effort.
Oh, she will.
Alright, she's rolling me a D100. Dang. Alright. So, you do sense a connection again with your mom. Seems to be getting a little bit stronger. The eyes of the Pumpkinhead rolls a little bit more. Right, I have a tether to her. She should be arriving soon. I think she grew wings.
You know what? I'm not even surprised at this point.
Neither am I.
Nothing can shock me.
I am as old as some younger gods, and yet I am still surprised by many things that has been happening, especially with you and your friends.
That tracks.
Oh, I had to send a message to some of your other friends. It seems like someone wishes to speak to others. My goodness, I've suddenly become a traveling hub.
You're great. You're awesome. You're amazing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Please make sure to always use Deneb's services. Mystery Shop of Horrors.
I hate that.
Leaves a 5-star review.
Leaves a 1 star.
No, I do not want to get kicked out. Thank you.
You can float in the void with your mom. Just imagine just like that meme of just like someone just floating slowly by in space.
Yeah,
like
no.
crisscross applesauce as you're rolling in the void.
Yeah, no. She was already sitting leg cross, just floating in there.
Oh my goodness.
She went with a destructive purpose, did destructive purpose, got lost when the whole universe started to collapse.
There we go.
She's not the only one. There's a lot of people who got lost out in space. Alright. Arizel. You also get a message in your mind. But it is not from Deneb, but actually from Baractos. And let me just get this.
I'd be concerned if it was from Deneb, because I'm like, what did I do wrong?
No, it's actually from your primal.
Okay.
I have established connection with the demigoddess. Or at least through her. When you have time, enter the sanctum. I have to speak with you and Zarambal, the current champion, on the possibilities of our progression towards the hopeful tomorrow.
Alright, I will talk to him shortly.
Alright.
Let him know.
Okay, let me just change the music, because we got something different. No, not that one. Traveling, I think this will work better. Alright. So, we also see Zarmbal gets up, because he obviously has gotten the message as well. And as you are, oh, you have your long rest. You don't need to put the red dot thingy. So, as you and Zarbal enter, and Zarbal briefs you also. I'm guessing you've also received a message.
I have, yes. We're supposed to see him together. Regarding our future,
I suspect so, considering most of what I learned from my late mother. While it did came to pass, most of it had also been drastically altered.
right.
Oh, I realized I did not put him in proper spacing, but alright. So, he proceeds forward. And as you enter the inner sanctum, especially prepared by Deneb, let me get... Nope, wrong one. So an image appears. It does look like Baractos, but looks different now. More frosty.
So we're going for the frosty look now. Alright.
Considering that I had already consumed the other two primals, and the only one left is Styria and myself, new knowledge has been acquired. And you see that the form in front of you is very translucent, and it's immediate in your knowledge he's only using astral projection. Considering the situation has now become more unstable, and with the death of one particular universe, a new one will need to populate once again. The fate of both primals and their champions has now been more critical than ever, as regardless of what would happen between my confrontation with the traitor, one of us will become the vessel for the energy for the next creation of the universe.
Does that mean that one of you inevitably dies?
In a sense, as this will also affect those that have become champions, or rather, the remaining two, you and Zarambal. I did say there was a time where you would be able to step away from such duties.
And to also better understand this, if one of you is taking their champion ceases to exist because they also will become energy for the new universe?
If I were to fall, yes. You will be absorbed into the vessel that will be used as a foundation. If I were to be victorious, while you will still live, you will be faced with a choice, as I will end up becoming the new foundation. There's a pause, and you can see that there's a processing thinking of how to explain this, and Bractos just adds, or rather concludes with, the choice of either becoming a primal yourself or becoming a celestial body, a planet, so to speak.
So now I'm a little bit more confused. The fact that I could become a primal as well?
Primals need to exist in order to anchor abstracts, conceptions, and forms of nature. I myself will end up becoming an origin point. True, others may arise from my vessel, but that will take time. Plus, considering that we do not have a... There's a pause as he seems to be processing a word, a ideal, and then just goes with, we do not have a current aspect of life and death at the moment. At least not until this situation is resolved.
Okay. And what does that have to do with to become that? Would I become that? Like what?
This is the point of no return, the final hurdle, as one would call it, to make a decision to back away and become mortal again, or fully embrace what you will eventually become. Zarmbal has already accepted his own particular fate.
I suppose my question would also be if I am to choose this path and to continue on to this path.
Wait, repeat that again? It garbled a little bit.
Sorry, my mic is terrible.
It's okay.
Yeah, it is. So if I were to make this choice between whether or not of becoming mortal, like you said, stepping away, would I no longer have what I have now in terms of powers that I do wield?
No, you will be mortal once again. I can put in a temporary hold for you to possess this power until the final point where we deal with our prospective foes, but not a delay longer. This is what you will call a contingency plan for you to expect something to happen. The options available to you. The reason why I have Zarambal here is so that, should you choose at that time, you may transfer that power to him, as he has already chosen to become the next primal. The next sleeping mountain.
Well, this is a very complicated situation.
Zarambal makes his addition to the conversation. My decision is mostly to be a planet, really, as Asgaroth and Eric Hawes apparently had been when they fell, though my role will be a bit more different. The side of, I suppose one would say, the consequences that I will not see my offspring and descendants in person, but at least I will know they will continue to thrive should we all be successful in our war against this entropy.
Okay. So what if we go with, because there's a contingency plan, and we could put a hold. How long would that hold last for? Until the end of basically our biggest, I don't know what it would be considered, a fight, I guess.
Before the final fight, which is dawning quite soon, as Bractos takes over the conversation, the fight between myself and Stereo would be the turning point, and you and your group's battle with, one would say, the mastermind behind all this.
And that's when I would no longer have my power.
The choice is yours, to retain your power and take on a role as a primal or a celestial body,
Okay.
or fight on as a mortal.
I want to put it on a hold then, because I'm not confident in my answer now, as I have so many things to figure out still. like my family. I don't know where to go there. And then I have the crew, and I have so many things that are not yet resolved. With so little time. But I would like to put it on a hold for my answer, I suppose. And then when it comes to the moment of deciding.
You can't quite tell what is Bracteal's expression due to his more reptilian form, but there's a moment's pause, a silence, perhaps contemplation, then just a slow nod. This is acceptable. Just know that this is the path that awaits you ahead. Be ready for it. As he says that, the form vanishes. Anything else, Arizel, or you're muted at the moment?
No, I mean, just sitting here and then looks over at his arm ball like, well, that was an interesting conversation. I will ask a slight favor of you and don't mention this to anybody, please. I want to be able to make a decision that is, I don't know, a conversation between us all to see, or maybe just myself, and when the time is right, I will share with the group.
Zarnball just pats you on the shoulder. It's a comforting one. I understand. I had already spoken with my clan and kinsmen, mostly my mate and my children. They understand what I am going to do. And if it means anything, know that no matter your choice, I will fight alongside you to the very end and see this madness meet its proper conclusion. I can't allow this world to be, or universe to be left in a emptiness, or a madman to reshape it in his design.
Sure. On that we can agree. Thank you.
There's a bit of a smile from Zarnball as he turns and proceeds to make his way out. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Arizel just nods and takes some time to just sit by, like, the water and just think for a little bit before returning back.
Yep, the water is tranquil. It is quiet, peaceful. There is a serenity to all that. And let me just get to... Alright, who was the ones I rolled again? Aries. Oh, okay, Adaria.
Yay.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
You feeling good, buddy?
Nah, you're fine.
Okay. Your yay was so weak, I was like, oh no. Alright,
I'll
so...
live.
Arzel's not there at the moment. So, Adaria, what are you doing at this moment? As, you kind of see Mavis conversing with a clearly Deneb piloted Pumpkinhead, and Arza had to step away with Zarumbo. Actually, let me delete him too because he's not there.
Probably, oh God. I have to think for a minute. He's probably contemplating some of the stuff with the Star Dragon and kind of knowing her role now, where it's basically fallen now. Just kind of thinking of that while a few drinks in.
Roll me a con save.
Fuck. Can I roll one in real life too, so I just don't actually pass out?
Sure.
Give me a minute. I have to load up my sheet. Con save. Damn. 17.
All right. Well, the booze hits you really well, but you feel like you can handle a better drink. You also see that Binge, without his armor, is present, looking quite happy.
Is he with his
No,
wife or?
No, his wife is not there
Okay.
at the moment.
I thought you'd be. Oh, sorry, Jesus Christ. I thought you'd be out celebrating, Binge, with your wife before everything goes to shit.
Oh, I was. Right now, my wife is Santa's watching the children, the other children. We're expecting twins.
Oh, that's good.
So
Binge. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, just here to take a few drinks right now, beaming happily. I'll be back.
You.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. No, you can finish your thought before get into this.
I was yeah, I was just taking a quick moment to cool down and saw everyone over through here.
What are your plans, I guess, once everything falls through and we win or lose?
His face kind of darkens a little bit. I don't know. Right now, I still need to face that solar that is apparently from my world. And I did lost him before we were saving the Emerald Star. But I don't know, I never really thought beyond guard duty when I first came to this land or world, however you call it. You guys did save me from the undersea dungeon.
Don't mind me, just one too many drinks. I don't know. Do your people, how do I put this? Appreciate the night sky and the stars, or at least where you came from? You've never really talked about Palestinians, and I was just curious.
Well, it wasn't I didn't want to talk about it, it's just didn't seem right to talk about it, and Lord Tyranny didn't seem to be quite keen with, well, actually also Miss Syndra. A good number of you didn't seem quite interested or keen to deal with deities. But there was, or at least I still think she's still out there, is Tarot, the Dark Goddess. Not evil, just one of those that handles the nighttime and, well, a lot of people always make her mistakes of her being evil with the Umbra Lord. But the true worshippers, they know that she is the guardian of those that traverse through the night and offers protection to those that wander, well, to the wardens and dungeon dwellers of the darkest depths. There is also, well, there is also the Light Lord Leun, but he's mostly I guess you can say sun base. I'll just show the two gods that he's referring to.
We've seen these before, like pieces of them, right?
Yes, they're fragmented selves.
Mm-hmm.
As for
Sorry, go ahead.
as for stars themselves, I can't say for everyone, but I always appreciate watching the stars, looking up in the mountains of Gunther Piedmont, the mining areas I used to live in before I had to go to Central and train at the academy.
So is astrology not the biggest thing where you're from then?
Not too big, it's very selective. At least not in the areas that I'm in. I can't say for the rest of the world.
Guess that's what happened when you're from a war-hardened country. No offense.
None taken. Most of us are usually miners. But I wanted to try my hand of a better life.
Wait, like children?
Is there anything wrong with that?
Not necessarily too keen on indoctrinated children soldiers, but that's a whole other issue.
I thought you meant miners.
No. Okay, we're getting off topic a little bit here.
Yeah, no, you can clearly see he looks confused.
No, not miners, like people that are in the mines. I'm talking about like children, like child soldiers.
I mean, military academy, you're supposed to enter when you're 15, 16.
Never mind. I won't get into it.
You clearly see he looks confused.
Oh my god.
He's not sure where you're getting at.
I think it's such a bad joke.
Well, the joke bounced literally right off of him. He didn't even notice it. High AC density. Trying to break this man.
No.
No. But
Trust me, there are easier ways to break him, and this is not the way to do it.
Yeah. So Binge does
his wife.
I'm not gonna go into that details on stream, but anyway,
Yeah.
Binge asked, so why are you interested in the astrology?
Let's just say, recently, I've come into a deal with something that allowed me embark on the stars for a while. And I was curious on other worlds' view on them.
To be honest, I never even knew other worlds existed until recently. That would be interesting. I think it would be nice if you came to visit. You, Lord Tyrion, Miss Syndra, Lady Arizel.
The moment, like, he says you come to visit, Adaria, like, what, like, semblance of a smile or something she had, like, holding her together, just, like, slowly goes a little bit more dour.
You could just see that Binge looks very happy with the idea of you guys coming to visit.
Yeah, I think that's what depresses Adaria even more. With my excursion at the very least, Binge, I probably might not be able to visit for a while. Maybe the others may, but I might not.
I mean, what's stopping you from visiting as soon as you can?
A duty, to put it bluntly.
I mean, I also have a duty to protect you, Lord Tyrion, everyone from the Fading Hearts. Yeah, I still managed to have, thanks to you guys, still had time to, well, I got reunited with my wife, and I became a better person. Stronger, even.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, Binge has a lot of good positivity on him.
He does, but I don't want to... Think of it this way, Benj. I You know how you have your gods in your world as well?
Yes.
The duty I must uphold is something of my god, and it kind of ties me up for a good while.
Then come by when you're able to. Once you have free time, or... Oh, here's a good idea. Make an excuse.
The more he's talking, the worse this is getting for Adaria.
Yeah, but then Binge adds, ooh, here's an idea. Perhaps use, try to say visiting another planet as part of your job. There we go.
You know what? I'll take that into consideration, bitch.
Excellent. I really want you to try out some of the dishes that are local at home. I mean, the ones here are fine replications, I guess you call it. Replica, copy. But not quite the same as homemade hell stew.
The back of her mind, she's like, how the fuck am I gonna tell this? If I can't tell it to Benj, how the fuck am I gonna break this to the rest of the party?
You also gotta remember, Binge doesn't really have that whole big concept of like astrology and gods and everything else.
That's why I was kind of asking, and then then I noticed, like, well, fuck.
Even Binge said it as well too. It's like they don't do too much of the worshiping of gods, and there's a lot of misunderstandings. But beyond that, they don't heavily interact with it.
Yeah.
But Binge picks up a mug of ale, and basically points it to you. Still, I have faith in you and everyone, Fading Hearts group. You guys push through with this. We get through all this, and I know it sounds bad to be hopeful, but I strongly believe, passing through all this, we can get through anything.
We certainly can.
Cheers.
Cheers. In the back of her mind, she's like, this is going to fucking suck.
Yep, also roll me intelligence saving throw.
Oh, God. One of my best stats. Trust. Gotta keep closing the sheet. Because I'm thinking, I'm not gonna have to roll tonight. Oh, wait, my intelligence is actually really good. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Okay, I'm just gonna write that down. Oh, I put my little lamp light on to get extra light so I can look.
It's not my social battery breaking, it's more the idea of, how the fuck do I explain? I'm just not gonna be able to come back once all this is over. Because I'll just essentially be locked to the scars.
Alright.
And she's trying to, like, do it more subtly, but since Binge is somewhat obtuse of it, it's like, well...
I mean, Habuz can give you Binge's stats.
I can kind of assume.
But I will get back to you in a second on that one. Because it's going to tie with a lot of things.
Oh, fuck.
Get some rest, buddy. No worries. Alright.
I'm fine.
Next one is Syndra, as you are drinking with not only just your party, but also your crew and people from the various individuals, literally from the Emerald Star. You notice that Zarmbal, his head seems to tilt upward for a brief second as if he got a sending message. Pardons everyone, and he makes his way out. You also see Arizel taking her leave a little bit around the same time. And you see Adaria and Binge talking, which you can even from where you're sitting at, you can sense Binge's extreme positivity and his, one will say, faith in you guys. You also see Tyrion in the corner playing with the, not really in the corner, but he is still playing with some of the children when they're doing some various types of games.
Yeah, she's just sitting there with Ivana and kind of going over what just happened.
this. Where did I put that map? Here we go. I need to change the music because it's not so cheery now for this one. Change this a little bit more. So, as you are celebrating with everyone here, Syndra, you do hear a message, or rather, something pawing in the back of your mind. It's very familiar, the presence of death itself. And you do hear, or actually, you hear an attempt to speak to you, but do you allow it?
First, she'll excuse herself, go find someplace quiet.
Okay.
And then she'll allow it.
You hear the voice of Null. A moment of your time.
Of course.
Alright. Let me just do this here. Gotta change remove all unwanted that's there. I don't need that. Oh, I knew I did something wrong. I didn't put you in the map. So, the briefest of moments, your vision shifts, but you don't feel like you've left the area. It doesn't take long to realize that it's just an astral projection of yourself. And where did I put that token? As you do see none other than Null. Transparent. It's clear that he is also in an astral projection. I am simply taking a moment of your existence to speak with you one-to-one at this moment.
Well, I'm honored.
Well, you already know the inevitable outcome that is about to happen, or at least a form of it.
Yes.
The question is what form do you want it to take? Since I can feel your attachments still hold strong, which is good. It keeps you reminded of what is important.
Well, I suppose everything has to go as it goes. Form it ends up taking is that I have to take over what you do.
And how will you take over that role?
I think we both know that it is either willingly or unwillingly. But I think it's more important of the timing that we change roles, not?
It is more than just a timing. My eventual self. It is how you wish to acquire that position, how you will embrace it. Calm as the storm, and almost in synchronizing his more violent half, or screaming in all of madness and anger against the inevitable.
I would like it to be calm.
As you say that, the Reaver form of Null dissipates, returning him back to the Guardian of the Lost. Very well. The small cube, the soul cage that you have acquired, has it been serving you well enough?
For what it's been needed for, yes.
And just add this. So be it. I'll grant you something that might help you. Present the soul cage to me.
She reaches in her coat, pulls it out.
And very lightly, or rather, somewhat of a display, Null pulls out his large claw-like talon hand, places it over his chest and seems like he pulls something. A bright blue hue color comes out. Flames don't burn red when they're hottest, but usually of a different aspect. As he places that small bit into that cube, and it turns dark. Oddly enough, you look at it, and for some reason, despite the fact that it is clear he put a piece of his soul in there, the soul cage seems empty. And this is what you have.
I see. Well, thank you.
Now I do hope that the inevitable conclusion is at least satisfactory to the mortals that will be left behind. The old must go for the new to rise and be sustained.
Yes, I suppose it must.
There's a bit of a wry smile, almost mirroring your own. And in that moment, you find yourself once again back to where you were standing at.
She puts the cube back in her coat.
The cube feels cold, but not uncomfortably cold, just that soothing chill from a long hot day. And the night progresses, or at least the time progresses, everyone having their merriment, their enjoyment. You all get a long rest, as I had said before. Everyone else is more or less meandering about, talking about battle plans. Zarbal eventually returns first, talks to the others. Arizel's not returned yet, at least as far as I, the DM, will know. Just place him right here. Grab Binge, take him back over to his wife. As soon as Binge gets over there, he's immediately pounced by all the children too, because they all want to play with him now.
Aww.
Yeah, to them he's basically the big muscle bear, because he is not. He's on his full armor. If anything, he basically just took off the huge chest and helmet off. He's just wearing the tacit and leg armor.
Oh, fucking hell.
But everyone may resume. Also, Mavis, you got a message from Deneb, or at least from the pumpkin in front of you. Okay, I think if your mother has found her way, or she's making her way over. Probably take her a little bit longer. She says, and I quote, "Make sure you supply my daughter. I'll pay for whatever I can. And I'll be there shortly."
Good. As long as she's safe.
Yes, I feel sorry for anyone that actually gets in her way.
Yeah.
Seatbelt so we can be safe.
Jabala, the chef, along with Galmac, both of them still competing to see who's the better chef of the two.
Didn't I also like show up half of them before?
Yes, you did. Jabala just conceded defeat, and Galmac refused to accept defeat and made more food.
Two of you have that look like you saw gods. Did I miss something?
No, not particularly. Just a
Great.
quick
And he goes
conversation
back to
about-
eating a steak.
I had some experience while I was with Shub, but that's for another time.
Yeah, an experience with Shub. Always love those.
And I got to talk to his mother, or technically my aunt. Technically? I don't even fucking know at this point.
Wait, where did Arizel's token go? I saw Arizel and I'm missing her. Hold on. There she is.
Is she up in the room? Because that's where Addis was.
Oh,
Addis
I
might
see
be
her.
up there.
Yes.
I put her up there on
Okay.
purpose.
No worries. I was just like, I'm looking around and did not see you there. Okay. Because I'm very zoomed in on one end and zoomed out on the other. Alright, no problem. Continue, guys.
You didn't have anything fun or experience yesterday, did you, Turnin?
Hmm.
Hmm.
No. I didn't, did I? I don't think I did.
No.
You just played with the children. And
You
had a
played
good
with
time.
Yeah.
you played with the children. Actually, roll me, Taryn, just roll me a D100 and a D20.
Three into 37.
Okay. So, the one significant thing that happened was that you started to see that Vestiel was slowly regaining more cognitive. He is slowly recognizing people. He even asked if you were a phantom or a dream.
Can I like go into his head? Can I try to like see what I can do if I can help him like connect some dots?
Yes.
Yeah, turn in. Like, well, after Ben shows up, he's like, "Oh, look, a monster," and he like disappears.
Yes. Oh yeah, the kids immediately just pounced on.
Oh god, yeah.
Binge.
What was the name of that giant T-Rex we fought?
You got
look,
you had Devil
it's
Joe.
Devil Joe because he's wearing green.
Yes. So
Go for the legs.
well, his legs are armored, so yeah, go for that. They all just do.
Then I'll go over and kind of like, actually, weirdly enough for Tyrion, kneel in front of him,
Alright.
Vestio, and try to make that connection.
So here's my question: how do you go into his mind, or what?
Telepathically.
Okay, I will need you to do me, and I'll give you the choice: Wisdom or Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Fucking 11.
Okay. So you are hit with the full force of what?
I lied. I am a fighter and have fighter thing that is called Indomitable.
Do it. Motherfucker. Okay, fine.
Fuck you, I am fighter.
Well, you held your ground as you were about to be hit with the full force of what Vestio had went through. And just to make sure we keep everything content friendly, quote unquote. And to summarize it, Vestio was tortured. It wasn't just a simple day-to-day process. It felt like years upon years of being tortured over and over again, a loop and loop after loop. And the worst part about it was that you, as Tyrion, can see that it was Haster and all of his cultist members torturing Vestio. Vestio, on the other hand, kept seeing it in the forms of everyone he knew, from you, everyone in the Fading Hearts, people he knew in the Emerald Star. Even a few times he's visioned Knockily and Darwin torturing him.
What he's doing in these situations is taking off the veil, showing him what actually happened. And he does it slowly, and he knows if Vestio starts to like have an attack or anything, he'll slow down. Like, he knows this is going to be a long process of, healing, but he wants to at least show. What he specifically does is he starts with any time it was Knockily.
So I'm going to give this one to you because this is why Vestio was struggling, or rather when he was corrupted and he was still able to fight back. You get the feeling that what you're doing is just helping him confirm that it wasn't them. It's like, okay, so I wasn't crazy. Okay, that was not them. That's an ugly piece of shit.
Yeah, it was. He is.
So Vestio begins to regain some of his cognitive and motor functions. It's still going to take a little bit of time for him to fully heal. But at least he's no longer completely mute to the world. There is some light returning back to his eyes. A fire you more or less recognize as, I want to get revenge.
Very well acquainted with that fire.
Yep. And now we'll return back to everyone sitting there with their catching up moment.
Oh god.
Seems at least one of us hasn't healed completely.
It's a process, but he's doing better.
Oh, I meant Adaria over there dying.
Oh.
Excuse me for that. Something I had to think of. Also, where's Ari? Speaking of which.
He could be up behind us.
Jump scares too.
I am 1000% sneaking up behind all of you right now.
Wait, what's my passive again?
Sindra, the one person who knows when Ari's sneaking.
Yeah, literally, you're gonna be the only one that, you do this too many times.
Tiernan, the dragon that was way used to having all of his extra senses, still has terrible passive.
Isn't your
God awful, yes.
I'm just gonna drop down from the ceiling. It's fine.
Fucking just Spider-Man it.
What is my passive? 11. My passive is 11.
Jesus Christ. The commoner can almost sneak up on you if they try a little hard.
Have the children do it.
Yeah, a fucking child just sneaks up. That definitely wasn't weird.
Not at all.
Nice of you to join us.
Oh, she's got the I saw a god look.
Are you just going to say that to everyone? in the past.
I don't think Mavis saw one. She doesn't have that weird sparkle in her eye.
Also,
There's
there's
a
limits in
sparkle.
her eye, though.
I don't even have sparkles in my eyes. They glow. Oh, what?
Well, they glow very fantastically, as Amarna says.
I don't have sparkles, and I don't know what you're talking about.
The only thing I did yesterday was talk to Binge about some of his worlds and astrology. It was an interesting conversation, to say the least.
Oh my gods, yay.
It's nothing to concern ourselves with. Outside
Yeah,
of the
they're already
school.
dead.
That too. But he was excited at the prospect of us visiting him once this is all over.
No.
Of course he
To
is.
go say hello and just visit. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure some of us will get that chance. Either way, fuck, a horrible time to call. Either way, it seems like we're getting closer and closer to the end of everything, so that's always fun.
Yes, we're getting closer.
And hey, think of it this way, Syndra. I still do owe you a ship, so probably at the end of this all I can get you one. You have a plan at least to get a lot of money very quickly.
Right.
It's called the Golden Meteor Shower. Get ready.
That just sounds terrible.
It does.
I actually have like a
That
really
sounds
bad
so
idea
bad.
of how to give her a boat. It's gonna be the worst thing ever.
Oh no.
I'll hold on. I'll throw it to Miser real quick because the DM.
Okay.
That's gonna be a Discord.
Yes, I'm watching.
Cinder, what's the name of your ship? Or was the name of your ship?
Oh, shit. What was it? The Winter Witch.
Oh god. There you go. Alright. I have submitted my idea. So, Jesus Christ, you crit on that still? Or you one off? You're two off. Jesus
Probably
Christ.
a couple
Two off.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 off.
Late game rogues.
Fucking-
My
God can't find you.
No. Really.
late game
could
rogues. You know what's the worst part, Jeebus, about that? You can't roll lower than a 29. Because of reliable talent. God, rogues are a mess of the funniest things in the world.
Oh, I even made her better.
Like skill monkeys to the extreme. Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna be bouncing off walls. This is why I can do the Spider-Man thing, because the athletics is just fucking rude.
Well. Oh, fuck.
I just bounce off walls now because I'm moving 65 feet anyway.
Christ. Why are late game rogues like this? I say as I like playing rogues.
Yeah,
When all is said and done, alright, at the very least I want to talk about something before we head out for... I'm assuming it's going to be close to the last time? Unless some random thing pops up in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah. If something does. I hope not, but sure, yeah, but let's find some time to talk then. pumpkin friend. Maybe I'll get some breakfast for you.
Actually, I don't even know who's winning between those two. I just heard pans slamming. I'm pretty sure someone got hit over the head a few times.
Jesus.
As you were saying
I
that,
guess
you do see.
breakfast is a bad idea.
No, it's a great idea. It's just a matter of, do you want blood in your soup?
I don't want it in my food.
Yeah, you just see this one pumpkin beating up the punching bag over here.
Oh, God. I was assuming it was Yabala and,
Oh no, those two are still competing. They're just over there right now.
oh, joy.
You can just see that Galmek pulling up his sleeves.
Why do I have a feeling? Never mind.
But you'll get the feeling that they're
what-
giving you guys your space.
What is cooking for breakfast while they're iron chefing it up in there?
Well, besides the basic breakfast, there's a whole bunch of other things that should not be part of breakfast. Instead, should be lunch or dinner. Some desserts, but yet it is all set for breakfast. In fact,
They really...
you can
Oh, sorry.
you can only surmise with a quick guess that because nobody really has any hold or grasp what time is, they are just serving food for the sake of food.
What a weird, oddly foreign concept to be so unstuck in time that we have no idea what the fuck to feed us.
Yes, you see on one side you see double poached eggs, then on the other side you see a nice beef heart steak, seared, medium, and for some reason you see various types of potato dishes.
Potatoes.
So it's never went to dinner. Got it.
More than likely. At least we're not starving. Or there's not cold. There's just the inky black void of death and destruction and ending. Sounds about like a normal time.
Well, time is kind of a moot concept at the moment, other than we're spiraling towards its end.
Yeah. I guess.
Am I gonna have to leave you two to discuss the intricacies of...
No,
I know.
I'm not
I'm
about to
straight.
go on the diatribe for about the next 20 minutes, and I'd rather not. We've gotten past that point because everything is a little bit more clear-cut now, thankfully. There's less theorizing and more calls to action, which seems more up Tiernan alley than our own. Tiernan's probably just not paying attention.
You should turn it with a spoon, like going to every single one of them. What? Huh?
Sitting there eating.
I'm saying that we're done. We're at the point where we're done theorizing and it's more action.
Oh, nice. When?
If I say a few days, that seems relative. So soon.
Okay.
I mean, for all I know, we could have already done it, and we just don't know it yet. We could actually be fighting in space right now, and our minds could be completely fucked.
Why are you introducing this
What?
so early in the fucking morning?
Because we're outside the foreseeable concept of time, so it could be late at night and not just early in the morning.
Knock it off. Before
Nah.
I throw an egg in.
Girlfriend.
I can't.
And you're dying. Fantastic.
Dude, my lungs are actually killing me. That's why I'm trying not to like go on long ass conversations, because I know if I get too involved, this is gonna kill my throat.
I mean, up
So I
to
do
you.
have water.
If you guys want to proceed forward, I'll proceed forward.
I could still keep going. Like, I'm fine, but I'm just trying to keep long diatribes to a minimum.
Yes.
Mostly. Oh. Well, I'm going to go tend to Garden one last time before shit hits the proverbial void fan.
Okay, okay.
That
Do
reminds
you like
me.
company?
Sorry.
Fine.
Go ahead.
If you wish to, sure. What were you going on now, Sindra?
Did we have any final plans for the flowers?
Not currently. I'm just holding on to this very unstable one that kind of just keeps radiating in my pocket. It's fun when you shake it. It's like a snow globe of death. He just pulls it out and starts shaking it.
As you do that, you see the crackles of gold, silver, and the various prismatic colors of energy.
And somehow still hasn't shattered the orb. Yet.
Sindri, can you roll me an Arcana?
Yes, I can.
You want me to roll how... Actually, I'm going to roll how many times I've shaken this.
Yes, please. Do that.
I'll do a d6.
How does it make my forehead feel?
Straight 30.
I rolled it... Of course. I'm shaking this thing
So,
6 times.
I'm going to go first with Tyrannon's forehead because I was actually going to point that out a little bit later, but we'll go with it right now. Tyrannon, as Hatteria pulls out that flower, your forehead is... You feel the burn. Almost like you're being pulled towards it. Sindra, you realize that this thing is not going to explode, it's going to implode. It's trying to pull energy in.
Well, you really shouldn't mess with something that's pulling than pushing.
My forehead wants to go to it, and I don't like that.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
It probably means that it's trying to feed to continue being complete, being that it is unstable.
Well, you're probably better off with it than I am personally at this point. She'll kind of hand it to her. I trust you more with it than I need it anyway. So she'll just give her the unstable void flower in this sphere.
Alright, so who are you giving it to?
Sindra.
Okay.
I'm not giving it to fucking Tyrannon. Not that dumb yet.
So I have a stable one and an unstable.
And if you
Yep.
touch them, you basically create an atom bomb.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything beyond that. Oh, wait. Alright.
I guess I'll head to the garden then.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything else, or should I move on to the... Like I said, this is going to be a bit of a short, quiet session. And,
Move on to the depression that's about to happen.
well, I do...
And
Well, continue.
Yes.
if you don't become Asgaroth, would you be complaining too much?
No. As long as I'm not dead.
Well, I can't guarantee that, but, well, I suppose in certain situations I will be able to, but...
Because if I die, I'm haunting you specifically.
Well, it's a
And
good
probably
thing that-
Mavis.
Yeah, that's a good thing I know a good exorcist.
What's exercise gonna do?
And that is the difference between you and...
One of us actually does exercise.
Yeah. I work out.
That's all I had.
Alright. So, we're going to fast forward a little bit, unless anyone else have one last thing to say.
now.
Okay. So let me just get to the garden. Clean that up a little bit.
Everyone in the garden is dead. I hope not, anyway.
No. But I suspect you want to do something in the garden, or are you just going to be there as a...
It was more of like a narrative backdrop idea.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we'll go back. Alright, so let me just, slow today. Internet, don't do this to me. And of course she is. So,
Hope it's not fucking Deneb.
somebody else.
Good.
Where is it? King and Yellow, Ravenloft. I forgot what some of these tracks do. That's my own fault. But anyway, during this whole entire thing, Mavis, you get a very urgent message from Deneb. In fact, everyone else does 2 moments later, but Mavis, you get this first. Mavis, sweetie, your mother, I forgot, but she's supposed to be human, right?
Correct.
Okay, I seem to have made a mistake. It seems that she is not flying alone, or rather, she seems to have ran into something and is proceeding to stab it, but might need you and your friend's help. It's just that it's incredibly big and huge.
I'm gonna assume that's her friend Titan.
I don't know if that this thing should be considered a titan.
Oh. Alright. I'll go help at least.
As you say that, now we're gonna go with everyone else in order. Tyrion, your forehead begins to bleed.
It's in my eyes again.
Syndra, you sense a very large amount of entropy moving around through the stars beyond your, at least physical visual sight, but you feel something big coming by. Arizel, you feel like there is something alongside, besides the dangers of the primals, something else is lurking about. Adaria, you hear a voice very akin to, or rather, exactly the astral dragon telling you, you best be ready. Your counterpart is arriving. Though it seems like he got a sword stuck in his head for a brief moment.
You know, to think I was gonna have a nice conversation, but we'll come back to that later.
Because, in the depths, as you all can get a good visual of it, is a massive monster. And on its head, with a sword stuck to it, almost trying to ride on this thing, is Akra, but apparently she is of the size of a storm giant. She looks small to this thing.
Is your mom always that big?
Don't tell that to her face. Never tell a woman that, ever.
Why?
Why is she riding? Never mind.
And I'm just going to ping this because this is what comes to your mind, Adaria.
God damn it, Moogle. I thought the same fucking thing.
Oh, you want to talk about mothers?
But
I don't know. Oh, wow. Wrong voice entirely. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I'm
what? My mom
losing
is
it.
massive. She's
And here we
gargantuan,
go.
actually.
And
Stop
this
saying words about my mom.
And
I
this
was talking
thing-
about my mom.
and this
My
thing
mom told
is and this thing
My
is
mom's
Titanic
bigger
Plus.
than your mom.
My mom could beat your mom up in a fight.
And this thing is Titanic Plus, okay? So
Oh, that's just an entropy one. That's fine.
that's literally your counterpart.
I know. I'm being
I
facetious.
know. As this thing is trying very hard to shake off Akra, who stabbed it in the head. But you also see there is a swarm of other entropy creatures coming around. Deneb gives the heads up to you. So I don't know about her combat prowess, but I don't suppose you all want to deal with that, or should we just leave that for another day?
Do we trust Deneb enough to beat the shit out of a giant entropy worm?
She
No.
didn't-
No, I don't need that. Oh, not Deneb. Akra. Brain just derped on names.
Now what to say? Deneb is not combat
Deneb,
focused.
yeah, I was gonna say Deneb does not want to. Do we have any like divine cannons or something to fucking just shoot that thing?
No. You can ask the Storm Stinger group.
Looks at Mavis.
I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. This is like a player.
I leave that up to you guys to figure it out.
At the very least, we do need to kill that thing because
I'll put it this way. This is meta table speaking. This is, you can consider it as a possible side quest to gain another level up.
damn it. I mean, it's worth the level. The problem is we don't know what the fuck this thing can do.
Correct. What the actual fuck? I don't know.
Well, last time I checked, the Storm Singer had artillery. Maybe they still have some left for the fight.
Hopefully
That's
they have
not
some.
entirely.
Hopefully they have some anti-entropy rounds, especially dealing with that motherfucker. Because I'm pretty sure that thing eats stars.
It does.
No, I know.
No, that's as you say that, you get that answer back in your head from you can only guess is the astral dragon, or at least what's left of her.
You just say my other half.
Yes,
Point.
your future self.
Not yet. It's not. Not if I kill myself.
Exactly, your possible future self.
Well, I mean, taking it down would be advantageous for us because it limits more shit running around in the void, especially just being a giant worm of entropy.
Also, I'll give this to you, Adaria, because for your and as a history, you remember you saw this thing ages past, or at least a long time ago. It was eating the stars
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Plus, we kind of need to take it out anyway, because if it's eating stars and everything resets, I prefer it also not fucking eat the stars again. Let's think of mounting its head on a wall. How cool that would be, or at least some of its horns for weapons.
It's a really big wall.
Looks at the fucking kitchen. I think we have a big wall.
Galanax's head
Fuck it,
pops
I'm
out. What? What are we
Can we eat
mounting?
I don't want to eat actual entropy, Tannen. We might die.
Yeah, but we might live, and it might taste really good.
We're not shub.
Oh, now I'm just sad.
We can still weaponize whatever is leaking. But also, while we're talking, I think Aqua's about to do a cool 180 with it. Just the barrel roll on top of it with the sword, right?
Flip.
Do a backflip.
Well, she is hanging on, but she did lose her seating. She is still hanging on because her sword's still stuck to it. Also, you do see that there are some smaller, well, small from a distance, but you're pretty sure they're about as big as Aqua herself, or a little bit bigger, as other voidling creatures are taking bites at her.
Well, let's get out there and beat the shit out of some things, I guess. What else is new?
Yay!
Now go make a phone call.
All right.
Ring
Well,
ring. LOL.
LOL services, how may we help you?
so who you're contacting?
Dude, I suck at names.
Storm.
Diego. I almost
Alright.
said Diablo. I was like, that's incorrect. I know.
Yeah, very
okay.
deep.
Technically correct, but also not.
Diego answers, yes, Maven, Mavis.
Maven?
It's okay, I almost called you Diablo.
It's
so-
Blackfriar.
He did it on purpose. 'Cause he sensed that you were going to call him the wrong name, so he decided to call you the wrong name.
He's
There you
still
go.
pissed off at the
LOL.
his passcode was
Yeah.
changed.
No,
Right.
Diego's the second in command, or well, actually, no, I'm sorry, he's the third. But anyway, he goes, yes, Mavis. I believe you are also seeing this big giant creature swimming in the stars.
Correct.
I suspect so. Should I tell the captain you want to engage it?
Yes.
All right. But first things first, we need to move all the children and non-combat personnel to that witch's dormitory.
Obviously, yes.
Excellent. Oh well, I was feeling a bit of the rust after that horrible invasion plan. I'll let the captain know. Also, who is that crazy woman that's riding on the dragon thing?
That would be my mother.
Ah,
That's my mom.
she's hot.
Oh.
And now we're ending this call.
It's very cold out here, actually. I don't know.
There's this weird static. Could you? I didn't hear that last part. Could you repeat it again?
Oh my god.
I'm guessing you that called really hard on him.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
Let me just do this because it would make the most sense, especially going out there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do this immediately. Especially I'm fighting this motherfucker. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so before that happens,
Okay.
I am going to end the session here. I know it's a little early than usual, but there's a reason why. It's a much bigger fight than you think. And I got some nice surprises for some of you guys now, considering the choices you made. So, I know it's a bit early, but I'm ending this session. This is Miser Mark. I run mostly the Into the Wildlands as a DM. On Sundays, you can find my content on both Twitch and YouTube. I do apologize for the background noise. The radiator is going crazy, so I'll hand it over to Jeebus.
Hey everybody, I am Jeebus Fingers on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find me and Blue Sky at all of those places. I do the streaming thing, doing a lot of, at least every Thursday. We are doing our Thieving Thursdays, then Sundays and Mondays. we are D&Ding it up. And tomorrow will be Drake's Salvation, where the party is traveling. Yay! But that is it for me. What about you, Rowan?
I'm Rowan. You can find me on Twitch at Rowan0514 and TikTok at Rowan0514 official. And we're gonna be streaming The Sims on Tuesday because I'm hopefully better by then and not dying. Speaking of dying, Mariner.
Hello, I am dying. Can't laugh too hard. You can find me on Transparency Mariner on Twitch, where I try to stream every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and hopefully wanting to add Saturdays into the mix. At the moment, I want to try to finish up Okami and playing that, and on Saturday I have a horror game kind of lined up that I wanted to do this Saturday, but then I decided that that it's more fun to be sick than stream, so that's cool. But yeah, and that's really all I got, so I'll throw it over to Moogle.
Hello, I'm Goth Moogle. You can find me here and playing games and every now and then on Jeebus' stream, and you can find me at my Blue Sky under the same name. Otherwise, let's see, next Monday will be another Hunter's game, so that's where I wrangle cats for fun. And I believe that's everyone, isn't it?
I guess
Salad, yeah.
guess so. I mean, we're minusing a salad, and unless River has anything to add.
Nope, not yet.
Okay, so I'll close it out before I go crazy with the background noise that's going on. Thank you, everyone. This is a short startup session for this new year of 2025. Look forward to the very big combat they're going to have. I gotta implement some new extra rules, so just for a little fun sakes. And yeah, everyone, have a good start of the 2025.